Hey friends, welcome to today's video. So today we're gonna get ready. I got my hair done a couple hours ago and I went quite a bit brighter and I love it. It's not that I don't love it, but there's always like that day or two of adjusting to a totally different look. And I know it's probably not that obvious, but to me it feels like a big change. And one of the first things that I always feel like I need to do when I change my hair is figure out how I'm gonna tweak or change my makeup because I don't know, I feel like it needs to change a little bit. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get ready. We do have dinner tonight. We're going out as a family with dinner with another family, and I need to get ready anyway. So I washed all my makeup off and I thought we would just get ready together today. I'm gonna be using all products from Sephora. I picked up a couple of new products that I don't yet know if I've shared yet. I know two of them I have not shared, and then there might be one or two others that I haven't shared that I've been using behind the scenes and really enjoying. This video is in partnership with Sephora, so I wanna thank them for sponsoring this video. Okay, let me zoom you guys in and let's get started. Okay, here we are. I've got my cup of green tea. I'm obsessed with this tea flavor. I discovered it at a restaurant nearby and it was so good. I would literally go to this restaurant just to get this tea. And I asked them what it was and I looked it up. They were sold out when I checked it out, and I've been stalking the website for the last month and they restocked. So I ordered like a giant bag of it. The brand is called Tea Embassy and it's the almond cookie green tea. It is so delicious. Okay, so we're gonna start by priming the skin, and I'm gonna use the Dior Backstage Primer. This has kind of been this actually has been my favorite primer as of lately. I love it. It kind of feels like why do I keep saying kind of? It feels like a hybrid between a skincare and a primer. It has a little bit of that smooth slip that you think of when you think of a primer, a blurring primer, but it also feels very hydrating and plumping to the skin, so I really love it. I got back from Atlanta this week and I wasn't eating terribly, but it was very difficult to eat really the way that I normally eat there, just because everywhere we went, the food, it was either just like a garden salad with nothing on it or, you know, something that I normally wouldn't eat, but I didn't want to point is I indulged this week. I got a little friend that popped up. It's so interesting to me how I can directly see how my skin is impacted by my diet. Oh no! Okay, I spilled a little bit of the foundation. So I'm going to be using the Dior Backstage foundation. I am the shade 1N. I really love the way this pairs with the Backstage Primer. It just gives a beautiful natural matte finish. It has pretty decent coverage. It's not a full coverage foundation, but if you don't need a whole lot of coverage, you know, this is a beautiful foundation for you. I'm going to use my 106 brush to apply it. It dries down to a natural matte finish, so definitely doesn't have a glow or a dewiness to it, but it's not flat matte either. It's just really beautiful, long wearing. It doesn't look heavy. I've been using this a lot lately. You guys probably have noticed. It has been my go-to foundation also. And I'm just gonna kind of press it to blend it in. So I put a little bit of foundation over that, and instead of totally going in and blending it all out, I'm gonna let it sit for a second so that it starts to set and dry. Then I'll go back and blend out the edges. That's gonna help me get a little more coverage out of this product without having to go in and, you know, really layer on concealer or foundation there. I might need to go in with concealer, but I'm gonna try and get that coverage first from the foundation. Okay, now I'm gonna be really gentle. I'm actually gonna go in with my concealer brush. I'm using the Angie 506 and I'm just going to kind of press it real lightly. When you're trying to cover a blemish, I find that pressing is going to give you the best coverage, but try not to over press because you end up kind of removing the product that you have there. So you want to do it just enough to blend it in and then stop. Next, I'm going to go in with the One Size Concealer. I am the shade Medium 1N, and I'm going to apply this underneath my eyes. This is a pretty full coverage concealer, so a little bit of this goes a long way. So you'll notice I kind of like to wipe off the applicator before I go in. Actually, we're gonna rewind. I forgot to apply this product and I really wanted to share and talk about this. It is a new eye cream that I picked up from the Inky list. It's the Caffeine Eye Cream, and I was just strolling around Sephora a week or two ago and I stumbled upon this brand, and I had not used anything from this brand, and silly me, I thought it was a new brand at Sephora until I got online and I saw thousands of reviews on it. Then I was like, it's probably not so new. So I got the Caffeine Eye Cream, and I also picked up this product, which I'm gonna speak really briefly on, the Oat Cleansing Balm. love this product. I used it on my Instagram feed, kind of in a first impressions video. If you guys want to see that, it's kind of like my real raw, you know, reaction to the product. Now I've been using this eye cream, and I like to use this before I put concealer on because it's very lightweight. And it just kind of rehydrates underneath the eye, and it makes the concealer go on real nice, especially when I'm using a full coverage thick concealer like I am using today in the One Size concealer. That's a pretty heavy concealer, so I don't want to put it on really dry under eye skin. I want there to be a slip, so I love that. Before I was using this, I was using the Dior Backstage Primer. This also works great to prep the under eye area for concealer. Doing that is going to give a little bit of a slip, so it's going to blend out the concealer nicely. You're not going to have to use as much concealer, again, because it's going to help spread that product. So I just like to put a little bit in the inner corner, and then I'm going to go in and blend that into the skin. I think I'm just going to wear this outfit tonight. It's been what I've been wearing all day. It's just like a little floral button up top and some jeans and sneakers. I'm not going to dress up, but I got my hair done today, so I figured my makeup needed to match. Then I'm just gonna take whatever's left over on my brush and kind of give that little guy a little more help. Okay, perfect. So now that I have that all, I'm gonna set the skin. I'm gonna do a very light kind of setting of the La Mer, the powder. It's a very beautiful powder. I was gonna say this is like my special occasion powder, but I've gotten over that idea of having makeup for special occasions because I have so much makeup that if I reserved makeup for special occasions, I would like never use it. I'm just going to set the center of my face, my nose, and then right underneath my eyes. My forehead also. This foundation is almost self-setting. It's not marketed that way, but I really find that when I use this foundation mixed with that primer, I don't feel the need at least to use a lot of powder. I still do out of habit, but I don't feel like I need it. So next I'm gonna go and warm the face up, and this is important for me, especially with the change of hair color. I feel like I really need to warm the face up. This has been my go-to bronzer for a while now. It's the Ilia bronzing powder in the shade Drawn In. I just love the formula of this product. It is very like silky. I love the shade of this particular shade from my skin tone. It really is a beautiful bronzer to warm up the skin. And it's got quite a bit of color. It really reminds me a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzers, to be honest. It kind of has the same payoff. Now bronzer is the one thing, like I said, that I really feel like I need to tweak whenever my hair changes. Not necessarily change the color, but change the placement, change the amount that I use. I'm feeling the need to use a lot today. I don't know. I think it's this lighter hair. I'm just gonna kind of run it all over. All right, we might come back and add a little more or blend in a bit further, but I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna go and apply brows and eye makeup and then kind of come back and, you know, see how we are looking. So for brows, I'm gonna go in with the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. This is a product that I've been using recently and really been enjoying. It's a micro fine tip brow pencil. So I'll let you guys see the tip of it. Yeah, it's just a really great micro tip pencil. It has a lot of pigment. It's very creamy. This particular shade is 3.5 and it works for me. Oh, you know what? I just had the thought. This is actually a little dark, and now that my hair is lighter, we might find that this is too dark. Let's try it. First, I'm gonna go and brush my hairs, and we will go and just kind of fill in the brow. I'm gonna have a very light hand, again, especially since this product is darker. This is a nice product if you really want to create a brow that's not there. So I am kind of I like to start by outlining the bottom of my brow from, you know, the inner corner all the way to the outer corner. And then I'll come and I'll fill in the bulkiest part of my eyebrow. Then what I like to do is kind of draw a line on the upper part of my brow. And that's kind of like fill in the blank, you know? So I create that lower and that upper line, and then I'll go in and lightly sketch and fill in the brow. I don't get too hung up on making it perfect because I do like to go back in with the brow gel that gives me a little more volume, and I love the Gimme Brow by Benefit. I use the shade 3, so it's a little bit lighter. This has little microfibers in it. I know I just recently did a video on this, so this might seem repetitive to you guys, but I really truly love this product. I've been using it for years. It's really great for people that don't have a lot of brow. So let's say you have hairs like me that are real thin and kind of sparse. This is going to give you more volume. If you are someone that has a lot of volume already to your brows, thick, bushy brows, I probably would not use something like this, and I would use the clear brow gel, something to tame them a bit more, keep them in place. This is gonna add volume. So I'm so excited to test this next product out. This has been a product that I have had on my kind of wish list in my radar for a long time, and I finally got it. It's the Hydro Grip Eye Primer from Milk Makeup. Their Grip Primer is a really great primer that had, I feel like that got a lot of attention. I don't know how the eye primer compares to it, but so let's go in and try this one. If this is anything like the Grip Primer, it's gonna have kind of a a grip to it. So you're gonna feel, I've used the Grip Primer for the foundation, and it definitely, I feel like you can feel it grip the foundation. So I'm assuming this is gonna be similar. Okay, so it's transparent. It's very lightweight. It's not thick or sticky or tacky like I kind of imagined it might be. All right, let's go to the eye. The consistency is very thin, which is nice because on the eyelid, that's where we tend to have, you know, the thinnest skin and show the most texture if we have it. So keeping the products very lightweight there is important. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, it doesn't feel grippy or sticky or tacky, kind of like I imagined that it would, which I guess is nice on the eyes because you have the fold of the skin and you don't want it to feel sticky. So I've got that applied with my finger. Now I'm excited to share a couple of palettes. I picked 3 palettes from Charlotte Tilbury, 3 little quads. This is a newer one. It's the Celestial Pearl Luxury Palette of Pearls. I've been playing with this one for a couple of weeks, and such a beautiful, beautiful formula. It comes with these 4 shades here. Very shimmery, very like celestial, like just, you know, just beautiful, glistening, glowing, not heavy shimmers, but definitely, you know, at high impact. And then I have the Pillow Talk Luxury Palette, which comes with, you know, a couple of shimmers and a couple of mattes. Now we're not going to use every shadow from every palette, but I did want to have these 4 to kind of play with because why not? And then I have the Flawless Eye Filter Luxury Palette, and this is such a beautiful formula. I love this palette. So I wanted to play with all 3. Maybe it's a bit excessive, but I just thought it would be fun. Again, we're going out to dinner tonight and I wanted, you know, just to play. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so first I'm gonna go in and I'm actually gonna grab the matte shade from the Pillow Talk palette, this deepest one here, and we're gonna work that into the crease. Okay, so now we're gonna go in and create my crease, and wow, okay, so these shadows are already beautifully pigmented, but I definitely feel like this color packs more of a punch with this primer. Yeah, definitely a lot more punch from this color initially than I've ever seen before. Is that because it really grips the pigment? I mean, that would make sense, right? I mean, it really is. Like, I don't ever have an issue with pigment on these shadows. They're beautiful and really nice payoff, but I definitely feel like when I put that brush down the first time, it really paid off more than it ever has before. It's like the shadow just grips to the eyelid, and you can blend it, but it's not, it's just like, it's hard to explain. I mean, I think gripping is truly the best way to describe it. Okay, that is so nice. Okay, I think I love that eyeshadow primer. I really, really do. Have you guys tried this? I know this is not a like brand new product. Have you tried it? What are your thoughts? Is it just me, or is this eye primer pretty amazing? What do you think? Please comment down below if you've tried this and what your thoughts are, because I am kind of blown away right now. I'm not even kidding. I'm kind of blown away. And it's so thin. Okay, I'm kind of freaking out. I'm being a little dramatic here, as you can tell. Okay, next I'm gonna go in and we're going to take a smaller crease brush and we're gonna go and create a, what are we gonna do? What color are we gonna do? I'm gonna go in with this shade right here from the Luxury palette. It's the kind of brown shimmery shade. We're gonna pick that up. And I'm interested to see how this shadow formula works on the primer because it's a real soft shimmer. And so I can definitely tell if this is gonna grip to the primer. Holy moly, you guys, really? So I'm not even using a brush. Like the brush that I'm using would pick up this product pretty lightly, this particular formula, but it really picked it up. And it's really like gripping to my lid. Sorry, I'm like, I can't speak. I don't have the best words to describe it, but it's amazing. I'm also not getting any fallout at all. Next, I'm taking the Celestial Pearl palette and we're gonna go right in here to the pinky shade. And I'm gonna load up the side of a shader brush and we're gonna pack that onto the inner corner. A really pretty kind of silvery, rosy shade. Next, I'm gonna take this shade right here, which looks pretty gold in the palette, but when you swatch it, I'm gonna show you on my finger, you see some like pink reflex to it. Do you see that yellow gold, but you see that pink to it? So I think it's gonna complement the shade I have on my lid pretty well. And since I have it on my finger here, we're gonna go ahead and just apply that. And then I have it on my Angie BK Beauty brush. I'm just gonna pack that in the inner corner. Okay, that is stunning. Holy moly. Oh my gosh, that is so gorgeous. Like, do not be intimidated by that shade because it looks very yellow gold. Like, honestly, when I look in the palette, it doesn't look like a shade that I would use. But when it goes onto the skin, it is gorgeous. It is a chameleon. It changes and morphs to this beautiful yellow, pinky, celestial shade. It is so pretty. Okay, next I'm gonna take my crease brush, and I don't have any product on this aside from what was left over earlier. I'm just gonna go and kind of re-blend that crease. So because we're entering the holiday season, Sephora is releasing all these wonderful like value bundle gift sets. I picked up the Tattoo Liner Duo from KVD Beauty. It comes with one of my favorite liquid pencils, the Tattoo Liner, and you get it in black and then you get it in Mad Max Brown, which is like a deep rich brown. I'm gonna use it in the black today, and I love this pen. This is like one of the first like felt tip liner pens that I grew comfortable using. It has a long pointy tip to it. The tip is very flexible, which is nice. So when you lay it on the skin, it just like, you know, fits the eyelid really well. It's not stiff, you don't have to use a lot of pressure. So it makes it easy and almost foolproof to line your eyes. So I'm going to kind of lay it on its side. I like to lay it on its side versus using the tip. I find that I get a little more control that way, and I also get more consistency in the line. And I'm gonna pull out that wing very, very slightly. Next, I'm gonna use the Patrick Ta liner in the shade Cream, and we're going to line the inner rim of the eye to brighten that up. Color Chameleon Amber Haze by Charlotte Tilbury, and that's going to create our lower lash line liner. Nice thick and chunky on the outer corner. Kind of layer it and build it. I stop about halfway over because of my eye shape. My eyes are a little bit smaller and almond. I want to create them and make them look a little more wider and open-eyed. So I do that. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to take a shadow and we're going to kind of smoke it out. I'm going to use this really beautiful, rich, warm, reddish bronze from the Celestial palette by Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm going to just place that in the outer corner and work it over. This is very similar color to the pencil itself, but with a little more red to it. Next, we're gonna curl the lashes. I've been loving the Bad Gal Lash by Benefit. I picked that up earlier this month when I worked with Sephora earlier in Benefit, and I love it. When we went to Atlanta, I packed it, and it just really gives dramatic lashes. This is my favorite my favorite lash primer. This and the Lancome primer are really great. Maybe I find myself going to this one more just because it was the first one that I used, but they're both really great. I'm gonna do a couple of coats of the mascara. Perfect, okay. It's just, I mean, look at the drama that this mascara gives. It is so nice. I'm gonna pop a little bit of the shade Fresco Blush from Laura Mercier right just on the apples of my cheeks. So for lips, I'm gonna use the Dior Liquid Lip. This is the shade 100. I think it's called Forever Nude. I'll of course have everything linked and listed in the description box, but this is a very nice, lightweight liquid lipstick. It's mattifying, but it's not drying. It's very comfortable. I like to do a liquid lip when I don't necessarily wanna do liner or gloss. It's like one product. I have a little bit of lip balm from earlier on. Now that I have the makeup on, and I gotta say, I really love it. I think it works well with the hair. I'm gonna set everything. I'm using the Pore Professional Super Setter Spray from Benefit. You don't probably need that much, but it's so fine that you can get away with doing that much and it won't be too much. It's a beautiful like micro fine mist. So if you have used setting sprays in the past and you spray and if you feel like it's too much or you see large droplets on your face, definitely try this one. I mean, it is so fine, you guys. Do you see that? You don't even see it. Give me a little more. And this is the finished look. I'm all ready for dinner. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I will have all the products listed and linked from Sephora in the description box below, along with my shade names that I used. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you all are having a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.